This is your weekly trip to paradise, Louisiana style, with Gary Risponi and Don Dubuque. Paradise, Louisiana is presented by Rotolo's Pizzeria. Fresh ingredients, friendly service. That's just the way we Rotolo. Demco, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative. Pro Drive Outboards. Baton Rouge Coca-Cola Bottling Company. Benny's Car Wash and Oil Change. Cracker Barrel Convenience Stores. We have more than you expect. Always fresh, never frozen, Raising Cane's. Louisiana Fish Fry Products. And by CCA Louisiana and the CCA Louisiana Star Tournament.
Welcome to this week's edition of Paradise, Louisiana. Here we are on Seagan Lane. One of the places to get all your fishing supplies here, Superior Bait and Tackle. And this week, I was going to make a big introduction, but people have been watching.
People know Don Dubuque. I've been Don Dubuque for years.
Yeah, John. John Jackson, you know, if people don't know, it was Paradise, Louisiana, 15 years. He was way before that. And I don't know if you call him an official, but he's been a consultant to Gary Risponi for a long time.
We've been friends for a long time. We've been doing a lot of things.
You did a lot of consultants. A lot of consultants.
He buys a lot of my camera gear.
Cameras. In fact, he sold me some old cameras that he helped me get started. And I appreciate everything you've done. You have got so many things going right now. You're growing. You've been national shows, and when we come back later, I want you to tell us more what you got coming on. We got a busy week this week. I had, like all our weeks, we're gonna try to put a 2-hour show into 1 hour. We don't know if Don is on assignment at WWL, got called in on an emergency, and that's the reason he's not here.
Don't lie, he's on a boat fishing, you know what he's doing.
You wish he was. He wish he was right now, but he's working. I had a fishing trip at Bayou Lacombe with Mr. Green. Also made a trip and played Pontchartrain at the Trussels and finally beat the Black Cloud. I had that rough trip where we was 3 boats out there, and then the day before there were 300.
There's a learning curve fishing that bridge.
We got it. You know what it is. You fish with some of the best out there.
I have.
I got to interview with the Louisiana Sportsman's new editor, David Hunter Jones. We got an interview with him and saying what's coming from them. And he's a very interesting person. He come from Bass Times and the Bassmaster magazine. The Junior Bassmasters, the state championships was last week at Bass Pro, and I happened to be out there and see it. So we're going to share a little bit of that with you.
What about high school being able to be on a high school fishing team now? I mean, we were track, football, baseball, basketball, and that was it. But to be able to be on a fishing team in high school now, I was born in the wrong century.
Always. You always say people. I used to tell people, I came out too late to get all the good jobs.
I know. That was one of them. I can't imagine fishing in high school or going to class if I'm fishing in high school.
And I came out too early to get all the pretty women.
Yeah.
So you know.
We're in the same boat.
But look, we got that in the news report. Tournaments coming up, a lot of things coming up, happening in the outdoors and wildlife fisheries. We're going to bring that to you. And we'll go out to DU Sponsor Banquet. Another fundraiser that went out the roof, and we got a talk from Mr. Jerry Holder. He's the regional director for DU. So we got that, and I'll be going to see a fishing report and the Flambeau News report. So stay tuned more. Here we are on Seagan Lane, Superior Bait and Tackle, with one of the legends. To be so young, not even 50 yet, and been on TV 40 years.
40?
Watching Paradise, Louisiana.
His math is still the same.
Hey, I'm Mitch Rotolo, owner of Rotolo's Pizzeria. Our pizzas are prepared every day using the freshest ingredients. But Rotolo's has so much more to offer than just delicious pizza. We have an array of healthy salads and tasty wraps, a wide choice of pasta like spaghetti and chicken parmesan, zesty buffalo wings, and our selection of savory calzones. And don't forget to try one of our amazing desserts. Come into any of our local restaurants or check out our entire menu online at rotolos.com. That's just the way we Rotolo.
The CCA Louisiana Star Tournament is doubling down this year. Double the tagged redfish, twice the trucks. Over $500,000 of prizes awarded in more than 20 categories. Open to all ages, inshore and offshore, youth enter free. Don't let your chance to win swim away. Register at ccastar.com or at any Academy Sports and Outdoors.
Welcome back to Out to Bayou with John Jackson.
I like that.
I want to tell you, John, you've been in this business so long and so many things. I want to let you give a little history. You know, you Louisiana.
You want a short one or a long one? Because I think I've been in this business 40 years due to your calculations.
You had Journey South.
Yeah.
You've been on that. You've been on WBRZ so many times. You used to be a newscaster on WBRZ.
I did. I cut my teeth at WBRZ as I started out as a teleprompter operator at 5:30 in the morning on TuneIn, and I always had a knack for cameras and creating, and I actually pretty much BRZ allowed me to teach myself all the way through from teleprompting to running cameras on the morning show, all the way through to saying, hey, you've got a great eye, do you want to become a part of our sports team? And so back in the day with Mike Rhodes and Jordy Holtberg, and we covered everything from football to every sport there was back then, and we worked 7 days a week, and it was a cool job because you learn time management, you learn how to shoot quick and get your stories across. But it also taught me a lot about just the telling a story in general. And I think that's where we've put our niche in with Out the Bayou. I've done a lot of outdoor shows, 21 years of outdoor shows, and most of those outdoor shows were based off of how many fish can you bring over the front of a boat, and here's the great place to fish, and not about the guides or the places that we were at, or I just thought we were always missing something in our shows. So that's what we based Out the Bayou on. It's more of a storytelling show. We catch some fish and we hunt, and we travel around with people like Community Coffee and tell their stories from origin, and it's just been a snowball. In the last, this will be our 5th year coming up. Time flies when you're having fun. And we went on national TV.
You got a new assistant right now too.
Yeah. The first one in my entire life. I'd never hired. I'd done everything from A to Z by myself. And Robin came along on a shoot, and you'll see her on the shows periodically. And she took my camera on a music video shoot that we were doing. And the next morning, I looked at my camera and I'm like, wow, this girl's got an eye. And so I offered her a job. She was gracious enough to take a chance on a small business, and she's been with me now. We just celebrated her 1st year anniversary.
You became a coach.
I did.
I know you coach baseball now and everything else, but once a coach, always a coach. I don't know.
Always a coach.
But they would tell you could slow that camera down, and you would get the strings on the football going into the end zone.
Well, that was one of my things when I was shooting sports is most people would shoot sports off of a tripod. And there's no way you can follow a baseball or a football or a golf ball with a camera that's sitting on a tripod unless you're 300 yards in front of it. But Skip hired me from BR when I left BRZ and started my own business. I did motivational videos for the LSU baseball team for 7 or 8 years with Skip Bertman. And you talk about an education, is sitting in that dugout with Skip, and Skip being able to call 3 plays ahead of the game and be right 99.9% of the time. And so I would sit there, and I was having to shoot all these motivational videos because they would watch them before the games. And so I would be right behind where the batter's box was. They had a little fence, and I would be the only one down there, and I would be following baseballs over the fence back in the Gorilla Ball days. And then, the people started liking to see that up close, version of it. And so now, still today, a lot of the photographers from news stations do that.
Well,
But you see, if you spend any time with Skip,
I do that too, but I'm not quite.
You got to do it the Skip Bertman way.
I've been doing it for 15 years. I've been doing it 15 years, and I look like I'm getting more and more on camera, not in front of the camera. But you've been in front of the camera, and right now, tell us where Out the Bayou is going.
Well, Out the Bayou, we've got probably the biggest news in the history of me being in TV coming. I can't say it today, but we will be able to announce that within the next week. for sure. National TV has been great for us. We've picked up a lot of our audience from across the country, mainly the East Coast and Central United States.
You was on the Outdoor Channel for a while.
And still am. I'm on not the Outdoor Channel, but the Sportsman's Channel now.
Right.
We're on Sunday nights.
Well, one time you was on the Outdoor Channel.
On the Outdoor Channel
Gets
when it
very
first came.
expensive, right?
Yeah, very expensive. It's still very expensive. And the Sportsman's Channel, we now earn their top spot, leading off their outdoor block on Sunday nights, Channel 605 on DirecTV, and then across 38 million cable households across America. But we've moved on their ratings list from a Wednesday at 4 to a Sunday at 7:30 Eastern, and that was a big deal. We're the only Louisiana show that's been nominated nationally for 2 years in a row, 4 awards for those guys, and we made it into the top 3. That's versus 600 outdoor shows in the country. So although we didn't win it, they had a couple of shows out there that, they spend a lot of money on what they do, and we're very small, but we competed with those shows year after year, and that's what I'm most proud of.
They got a blog out there, and they got a website called Best of Louisiana Outdoors.
They do. I've seen it. Did you vote for me?
No,
I voted for you.
I'm getting ready. I'm telling everybody, vote for me. Vote for me. We won the last 2 years. We voted for Paradise, Louisiana, and Don Dubuque. So I guess for sure he had a little bit to do with that. So y'all be sure to go to that website and vote. Either one of them.
No. Vote for Gary.
Well, we got a news program. Sometimes I think we fit better.
I defer.
Do you do it?
Beauty over age. I defer.
I tell you what, we got a lot to cover. We'll be right back. Superior Bait and Tackle with the legend.
The candy shop of fishing. I'm going to spend some money before I leave this place, I can tell you.
Who doesn't want to save money on fuel? Now, Shell and the Fuel Rewards Network are putting you in control of how much you pay for fuel. Simply buy whatever's on your shopping list. Clothes, groceries, even dinner out. And earn cents per gallon savings at participating retailers nationwide. Now, fuel prices are in your hands. So why wait? Sign up at fuelrewards.com today and turn shopping power into saving power.
Visit Cracker Barrel convenience stores before heading fishing or hunting. We have more than you expect.
Benny's Car Wash and Oil Change has been keeping cars and trucks in Baton Rouge clean and running smooth for over 50 years. At Benny's, we feature professional car washing, complete detailing, high-tech waxing and buffing, interior cleaning, and tire shine. Benny's, one stop for car maintenance with complete oil and lube services and even state inspections at our express locations. Visit one of our 5 convenient locations, including our newest store on Greenwell Springs Road. And don't forget to stop by Be Quick Convenience Store and Fuel Stop. Benny's Car Wash and Oil Change. Drive in dirty, drive out clean.
I'm Forrest Green, and we get ready to go whip up on the Black Cloud right now, the Paradise of Louisiana. That's what we get ready to do. He claimed me the Black Cloud, but I'm going to break that up today. That's what I'm going to do.
Bayou Adventure. Going on our own Bayou Adventure today. Paradise, Louisiana.
The most beautiful part of the bayou. And the good thing about it is we don't have a whole bunch of old boats sunk all over the place, and the beauty of here is still here. So like Kevin Costner say, I want to go see the frontier before it's gone. Well, our frontier's still here, and that's why I love Bayou Cone so much. I'm looking for brim bait, and I love to find them in flats like that, the backside of the canal. And this is my first time out looking for them, but they should be everywhere right now. I shouldn't be that far off with it. They should
that cold front last night not gonna affect them?
Pardon me?
That cold front last night really?
No, that's not gonna affect them. They on their bays now. They ain't got time to deal with the fronts and all that. They'll back out. How they say, the females are in there and the males are chasing them. And that's what I love this time of the year. We're gonna try to find some of these big, beautiful ones. I still picks up my ultralight and a bucket of worms.
What's your number 6 or 8 hook?
Oh, there's probably number 2, 6 hook. Yeah, this is 6.
Yeah.
And a BB shot and a small cork about, I would say, a foot down. That's all I really need.
How are we gonna hook that?
Oh, we're just gonna hook this worm here. Hook him again there. And stick him again, and leave them wiggle.
See where we get the first one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
This is a female.
That's,
It's a female. See how pretty the underneath?
yeah.
I get the hook on it. See the yellow right here?
Uh-huh.
That's indicates a female. So what I do with all the females, I put them all back so they can keep the bed alive. If you take them out of there, the male's gone. It's a little red belly. We call them red belly. Back in the day with the old people, we used to call them stump knockers. You know, they're always around a stump somewhere. Years ago, there used to be a place called E-Lake. There was a marsh, a big pond here. And me and my dad used to come here and catch crawfish and turtle and all that back in here called E-Lake. And an old man called Clay Paredes out of Mandeville, he dug these canals and built this subdivision. And right over there used to be a sandy beach on the end down there where they had a house here. And we was young, we were like now about 15 years old, and we used to come here and swim all the time. Now I fish here all the time.
Screen, you got a cover for me now.
You ready?
You know when people gonna say the black cloud got you, you know Don will. So tell me about this being the first trip and you relocate.
Well, this is my first trip on Bayou Lacombe. I'm not worried about the black crowd that got me, but I've been out in the lake chasing speckled trout all the while. So this is my first trip out looking for the bays. But some of the bays I found, they got plenty of grass on them. So that's why they're slow right now. But we ain't giving it up. We're gonna turn that cloud into a white cloud. That's what we're getting ready to do. Yeah, sorry about that, Jim. Matter of fact, it might be the one you're talking about.
You talking about a goggle eye, see?
Talking about a goggle eye?
Oh, yep.
And I will prevail you a goggle eye.
Yeah.
There you go.
Great way to beat the heat during the summer is in one of our evening sunset paddles on Kane Bayou. It gets you out of the heat. You also get to enjoy all the wildlife that the bayou has to offer at nighttime, including alligator eyeballs, raccoon eyes, deer eyes. You get to see all these things glowing at you. So it's a great way to get out there in the summer, out of the heat, but still into the outdoors.
There's another one. Probably 15 now. You got about 10 more to go.
Yeah, I know. But they're the one I am looking for, though. They're working me today. They're making me live up to my name, what they're trying to do. But that's okay. I can do it.
Hey, well, we cleaned them out here, so the way that ride has been.
We're trying fish today. Everybody want blue marlin. That's the pain fish.
You tell the country boy.
Oh yeah, country, country, country. I ain't too proud to do this. I learned how to put my pride on the side.
This is a man that fishes national bass tournaments. He's one of the speckled trout kings. And look where we smiling at today.
That's my favorite fish right here. I could get me some grits right now, and I'll be in hog heaven.
Ask me about my Tempur-Pedic.
Ask me how fast I fall asleep.
Why not talk to someone who's sleeping on the most highly recommended bed in America?
Ask me about staying asleep.
Tempur-Pedic owners are more satisfied than owners of any traditional mattress brand.
Ask me how it feels after 10 years.
Tempur-Pedic, the most highly recommended bed in America.
Ask about Tempur-Pedic at O'Lynn's, where you know you always get the guaranteed low price. O'Lynn's is the only store in Baton Rouge and Lafayette with the full line of Tempur-Pedics.
Welcome back to Paradise, Louisiana, and welcome to the world of Louisiana Sportsman Magazine. I'm looking at him right now. This is the new editor for the Louisiana Sportsman Magazine, and I guess all the magazines, the Mississippi Sportsman and then Carolina Sportsman.
That's correct.
Magazine. Now, they call you David, but your middle name is Hunter. David Hunter Jones.
David Hunter Jones, that's right. I got a really boring name in David Jones, so I had an editor a while back who said, you know, why don't you throw your middle name in there, kind of set yourself off from the million other David Joneses out there. So I kind of did that once, and it stuck.
David, we want people around, especially here in Louisiana, that watch our show every week. We want them to know, because Louisiana Sportsman Magazine has been around as long as I can. I'm not going to put you on the spot and ask you how long, but I've been acquainted with Tony and them, and I know the job they do to bring it out. In fact, Paradise, Louisiana, when it started, the inception, was trying to mimic on TV what y'all do in the magazine world. So Louisiana Sportsman always meant a lot to me. I don't go without it. I got it every month. But tell the people watching, tell us about David Hunter Jones, where you come from, how you got started in this business.
Sure. I came from Florida originally, so what's not so popular here is what I grew up was coastal fishing. I worshipped the redfish, like all the Florida guys do. And I wouldn't say I went so far as to cuss trout when I caught them and whatnot, but that's since turned around. I mean, trout is king, and I get it. I believe it. I love trout since I've been living here. I grew up in Florida. I went to UCF, graduated there with a journalism degree. And after there, I went and worked for Bassmaster Magazine and was on a couple of magazines that they have there. I did that for about 8 years. And in my time there, I did a lot of traveling. I mean, Florida, New York, a little bit out west Texas, and I've been all over Louisiana covering bass fishing.
I'm sure you covered all the classics. And all
I did,
that
yes.
Day, yeah.
I did 2 in Shreveport and the 1 in New Orleans as well. So in my travels, I've been all over Louisiana, and I wrote it in a column very recently. I said, every time I left here, I left enchanted. And that sounds cheesy and all, but it's true, because everything was just a little bit different here. I lived in Alabama, I lived in Illinois, but everything's just a little bit different here, and I just fell in love with it every place I went. And I always left with the thought, and this is again in that column, I said, you know, it'd be really cool to live here. And so I moved from Illinois. I was at a gun magazine. I did that after Bassmaster. I was editor up there for a while, and then I moved back down to Alabama when Tony came up and responded to my resume I submitted to him and said, hey, we'd like to offer you a job down here in Louisiana. And I was just floored by it, because meeting Tony, just hearing him on the phone, he's such a big personality, and I was just immediately impressed, and of course jumped at the opportunity. And then a month later, me and my wife settled down over in Thibodaux, and we've been loving it ever since.
I'm glad you mentioned wife. I'm going to ask you about, you got any children?
I do. I have 3 children.
You have 3 children, all right.
Hunter, Annabeth, and Hattie.
Well, look, you living in Thibodaux now, so you're
Yes,
right
sir.
in the heart of the coast. You can do freshwater, saltwater. What is David Hunter Jones's favorite sport?
Ooh, my favorite sport,
Outdoor.
Outdoor sport, okay. I would have to say Still, #1 passion is deer hunting. I got into turkey hunting a couple years back and did it pretty hard for a while and really loved it, but I haven't turkey hunted once this spring, and I don't plan on it. There's nothing against it. It's just, I kind of fell out of it. And plus, in the spring right now, trout's hot. So I love inshore fishing. So deer hunting, inshore fishing, and bass fishing as well.
Okay. Well, then we're talking about Louisiana Sportsman Magazine. You coming up here as well established, all the editors before, #1 magazine already in 3 or 4 states. What are your plans? What are your ideas? You got anything new coming from the Sportsman?
I get asked that a lot, and I do have a few new things coming. By and large, I'm looking at the whole magazine, and what I'm doing is I'm going to take it and I want to retain a lot of the same writers and just kind of refocus them in what they write and who they talk to and who they interview, who their experts are. I want them to talk to people who are undisputed experts in the state in what they do, be it hunting, fishing, inshore or offshore, so that readers of the Sportsman will have an edge over anybody else who's just flipping through their Facebook feed or whatever, seeing what's going on, what's biting where. It's like, okay, great, you can get that information from Facebook, but then you need to go to the Sportsman to hear from experts, from professional writers about how to catch those fish and just have a leg up over the competition.
I'm going to put you on the spot, too, because you're talking about your writers. They all belong to the Louisiana Outdoor Writers Association, which we do. I'm sure we're going to welcome you to Louisiana Outdoor Writers and put you up there, award winners. But you got Gerald Horst, you got Patrick Bonin, you got a whole bunch of them that have been writing for y'all for years.
Yes.
And tremendous articles. You're talking about experts. Gerald Horst will go after any story anywhere, and he is one of the expert writers. And talking about whether you're talking about cooking, the food, anything you got, you have some great writers. So, and we're looking forward to it. What in Bassmaster Magazine? What article, your byline that you remember most than any of them? What one of the top bass fishermen in the country that maybe you interviewed and you remember?
Oh, I've got, I mean, I don't want to say, like brag, but I've got a lot. I did a lot. I was there for 8.5 years, so I did stuff for Bassmaster as well as Bass Times. But I got to say something that sticks out the most to me was I had a cover shot, a photo that made it onto the cover of Bassmaster Magazine, and that's every outdoor writer, photographer's dream is to have a cover, you know, in the freshwater circuit anyways, on Bassmaster Magazine. I was lucky enough to be on a media junket at Toledo Bend, there we go, in Louisiana, several years back anyways. I don't remember exactly when it was, but I got Mike Iaconelli, staged up, and he's got this, it's about a 7-pound fish just busting out of the water. It looks fantastic. There's water spraying, and he's all posed like this. It's really cool. So,
but you're talking about making a cover, you know, you talk to any sportsman, fisherman, guide, that's always a big thing to make the cover of the Louisiana Sportsman Magazine, too. So that's been a big thing in there. I ain't never had an article in it, but I tell you what, I've been around some of your people. I want to welcome you, and don't forget what I told you about the Louisiana Outdoor Writers. We're going to expect to see you there and winning a lot of awards.
Yes, sir.
Good luck, and anything else you want to say, you can look. Oh, before we forget, don't forget their website. Patrick Bonin is always y'all up to date with your website. It's full of information. And you're talking about mimicking our show. What we try to do is bring you news and fishing reports and news from the wildlife and fisheries. Y'all got a lot of editorials. I'll be looking forward to your editorials and see how tough you're going to be on some of these politicians and things are going on right now. The coastal erosion, there's so many things right now going on in Louisiana. So all I can tell you, stay tuned to Paradise, Louisiana, but remember, David Hunter Jones with the Louisiana Sportsman Magazine. I probably don't have to tell you that. Everybody got probably in every sportsman home right now in the state of Louisiana. And
I sure hope.
And the other 2 states. They got the Carolina Sportsman now and the Mississippi Sportsman. So
yes, sir.
Y'all got it covered. Y'all need to get it
pretty
around.
Much, we do.
Just keep us popular in Louisiana and keep bringing them tourism.
Will do. Thank you, sir.
David, thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you for the time.
Thank
You're
you.
a busy guy.
For the thirsty, for those who hang out in packs, for heroes, for sidekicks, for those who see the glass half empty, for those who see it half full, for those on the right, for those on the left, for those with nicknames, for those with curves, for people that cycle, for people that recycle, for BFFs, for frenemies, for those with style, For lovers, for families, for big families, for everyone.
I'm Jerry Holden with Ducks Unlimited, and y'all are watching the #1 rated outdoor show in Louisiana. Stay tuned for more Paradise, Louisiana.
Save money on fuel. Now, Shell and the Fuel Rewards Network are putting you in control of how much you pay for fuel. Simply buy whatever's on your shopping list. Clothes, groceries, even dinner out. And earn cents per gallon savings at participating retailers nationwide. Now, fuel prices are in your hands. So why wait? Sign up at fuelrewards.com today and turn shopping power into saving power.
Visit Cracker Barrel convenience stores before heading fishing or hunting. We have more than you expect.
Going to have a challenge with big bass. $4.99. Oh man. Woo! Central High School. Our neighbors.
I guess I'm gonna be interviewing these guys.
Second place was Ascension Anglers, so about a round of applause to them. 25-12. But for our school award, Central High School, 31.79. Stage. Yeah, just hold this one for the time being. We're going to get y'all another. We're going to get y'all real. All right. Let Logan hold it. Come on, get over here. Team in school.
You're watching Paradise, Louisiana.
Sight casting redfish in the Louisiana marsh is this exciting. To make it even more exciting, the Louisiana Redfish Series, partnered with Tito's Handmade Vodka, will add $10,000 to the first place team of each of this year's events, plus a $20,000 payoff to the grand champion. It all starts in April, so register your team now and come out to see the most exciting tournament series Louisiana has to offer. The Louisiana Redfish Series, partnered with Tito's Handmade Vodka.
Benny's Car Wash and Oil Change has been keeping cars and trucks in Baton Rouge clean and running smooth for over 50 years. At Benny's, we feature professional car washing, complete detailing, high-tech waxing and buffing, interior cleaning, and tire shine. Benny's, one stop for car maintenance with complete oil and lube services and even state inspections at our express locations. Visit one of our 5 convenient locations, including our newest store on Greenwell Springs Road. And don't forget to stop by Be Quick Convenience Store and Fuel Stop. Benny's Car Wash and Oil Change. Drive in dirty, drive out clean.
Welcome back to Paradise, Louisiana, and a Flambeau Outdoor News Report. John, look, there's a lot of news going on, but right now it's mostly events
Right.
that we're going on. There's some things that we be hearing are going to be coming across more when Don gets here, because Don, and just like Joe, when they were here, they kept us up on all of this. And and what I read sometimes, I didn't even understand. So, but I do know these events that are coming up right now. And the big one coming up at the end of the month is Star. You know, you've been involved in Star and so much. You've done commercials for them. The Star tournament's coming up. They got a lot of early bird winners. You get them early bird winners. You get your Star ticket and belong to CCA. It's going to be bigger and better than every year. And
can the media win that? Are we allowed?
No, I
I'm
don't
not
know.
media then.
I got my Star ticket.
I quit then.
I buy my Star ticket. They better not say it's a conflict of interest. If I ever catch the tag.
Oh, if I ever catch a tag redfish, I'm gonna beat the detector test.
I don't believe
I've
they're
never
gonna
done
do
TV in my entire life, and you can tell if you're watching this right now. So,
What up? Let me tell you some other things. May 18th, Vanish in Paradise. Their conservation on tap. That's going to be at the 40 Orpid Brewery, 6809 and North Peters Road in Araby. That's a very good program. A lot of education. It'll be from 5 to 8. We'll tell you more about that. By the way, congratulations, Louisiana Wildlife and Fisheries. They had their boater certification and education days on the 22nd. 202 boaters got their certification. You know, if you're born after January the 1st, 1984, you have got to get that certification before you do it. The 5th annual Morgan City Fishing Rodeo, and I say fishing at Morgan City, the 5th annual Morgan City All-Field Rodeo will be coming up on June 10th, and we're going to show more and more as they come along. That's a big deal right now, and it's getting even bigger. All the all-men tournaments, whether you go to the home or Fouchon, all-men tournaments are very big. Toledo Bend has bass tournaments. So when you say all-men tournaments, it's a big deal. A lot of people participate. So I'm going to give you more. Louisiana Bass Trail, come go fish. You look at that, look on their website. They got more coming out. Louisiana Wildlife and Fisheries got new partners too. Want to congratulate them at the wildlife management areas. They bring in more things in. They're doing reefs. Atmos and Energy, Louisiana and Atmos Energy, you know, do them. So if you want to find out any more about that, you call Sean Kenny. Tito, one of our big deals going on. Tito Vodka coming up this weekend. They're going to be at Brenton Sound at Redfish. You did the commercial for
yeah, we
what
did
a
the
great
commercial for Benny from a show that we did 2 or 3 years back, and man, they've really got that tournament rolling right now. The showing up of boats is probably triple from what they've had in years past.
You know, I let it pass the other day. I didn't know it, but I saw it in the Advocate. Rue Fish Dough. It's a new part of it. They're 15 and under. They doing it. No interest fee. They got a youth division now, starting this weekend coming up. At Brenton Sound, they go to Delacroix and all the other tournaments. You got to fish at least 2 youth. No interest fee. You can sign up, go to their website. You can sign up on the website, or you can just show up there and you can go fish. So, like I said, again, this weekend it's going to be at Hopedale Marina. Step Outside is another big thing that's been put on by the Louisiana Wildlife and Fisheries. The Army Corps Engineer, they got airboat rides, they got gun shooting, they got instructors all out there, be at Sherburne Wildlife Management Area. And if you come by the interstate, you get up on the levee, or if you go by Highway 190, you do the same thing. So, and that's what all I got. If you got any other news besides,
You're making me want to go fishing, and I'm stuck here with you talking. So as soon as we can wrap up the news,
better keep that show.
I can take Robin's got the boat warmed up, and we're going to hit something with some water in it.
Oh, I know, but
it's fly fishing time of the year for me. I like going to these golf ponds around and catching those bluegill that are bedded up with a little popper. It's like catching piranha.
We'll talk about that fishing report, but the big news is you're going to be watching. Anybody, you know, we on YouTube, and you can see a lot, but you're going to be seeing a lot more out the bayou. Stay tuned.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We're here in Baton Rouge at the Baton Rouge sponsor event for Ducks Unlimited, the 80th anniversary of Ducks Unlimited.
So I'm Jerry Holden. I'm here at the Baton Rouge sponsor banquet, one of the biggest events in all of Ducks Unlimited right here in coastal Louisiana. Coastal Louisiana is the most important place in the whole continent for wintering waterfowl, and folks here in Baton Rouge know that, and it's really important that we raise these private dollars so we can leverage them against public dollars and do everything we can for ducks here and in Canada where they breed them. And one of the great things about Louisiana is Ducks Unlimited has long seen its value. It has 2 level 1 priority areas, the lower Mississippi Valley and the Gulf Coast. That means Ducks Unlimited invests a lot of money here. Louisiana is the number 2 state all time in dollars, and it's the number 4 state all time in acres. Louisiana, it's important for ducks. One of the other things about Louisiana is people are always talking about, hey, we're not killing as many ducks. Well, the numbers show that we are killing as many ducks. Louisiana is the number 1 harvest state. It has the number 1 state in terms of hunter use days, right? People try to kill a lot of ducks here, but there's a lot of threats. We've got half the rice grown, only 500,000 acres. We used to have 1 million. We've lost 1,100,000 acres of coastal marsh, and we're probably going to lose another 1 million. It's really hard here in Louisiana with the threats that we have, but Ducks Unlimited is in the trenches doing everything we can to raise more money and put more habitat on the ground where it matters.
As members of a Touchstone Energy Cooperative, we've all got a job to do. And the more we work together, the more we save. That's the power of your co-op membership.
Demco, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
Hey, I'm Mitch Rotolo, owner of Rotolo's Pizzeria. Our pizzas are prepared every day using the freshest ingredients. But Rotolo's has so much more to offer than just delicious pizza. We have an array of healthy salads and tasty wraps, a wide choice of pasta like spaghetti and chicken parmesan, zesty buffalo wings, and our selection of savory calzones. And don't forget to try one of our amazing desserts. Come into any of our local restaurants or check out our entire menu online at rotolos.com. That's just the way we Rotolo.
Dockside TV. We're going to be catching nice trout using a different method of, we're going to be trolling the trestle of Lake Pontchartrain with matrix shad. What we're doing today is trolling the trestle, simply casting out the matrix shad on 3/8 and 1/2 ounce jig heads. There's a lot of different lures that work good for this. Rattle traps, mirror lures, a lot of hard baits. Today they're hitting plastics. We're burying it up on jig head size. And the trick to this is speed of the boat and distance of how much line you let out. Look how clean that water is. It's had a big north wind. Put this one in. Pretty nice fish. 16, 17 inch average.
Welcome back to the Berkeley Abu Garcia Fishing Report. John, I'm gonna give you're out on the water, you keep poor mouthing about you being around and you getting reports. Tell us some of the things that you've been seeing.
Well, here's the thing. I'm in an edit suite way more than I am on the water, which is a problem. So if you're an editor out there that needs a part-time job, and I pay about, what, $3 or $4 an hour is what they get, right?
Yeah,
right, Chris?
right, yeah.
So, yeah.
You're the man, right.
Please apply soon. But anyway, my fishing report, Lafitte right now, I would have to guess is probably one of the hottest spots. talk to Tophiel Bourgeois on a daily basis. He's got a new plane. He's been flying out to the islands. They've been catching some huge sow trout, 6, 7 pound trout on top water. And you know what that does? It gets the hair on your arm standing up. They've been finding big, massive.
Sharks are not there.
No, I took care of the sharks about 2 years ago. They took one taste of me, and since then he hasn't seen one out there. I don't know what the problem is. Guess they don't like short people. But anyway, redfish in big, massive piles. If you're a fly fisherman or if you're a topwater enthusiast, give Tophiel a call. And even on the inshore, he took David Bellinger and Scott Eckert from Community Coffee last week. They had a little trip. Did a little snob trip, I call it, because I wasn't invited. And they went out and loaded the boat with 30 trout in about 2 hours right there on the inside of Lafitte. And some of the trout were nice. They were 3, 4 pound trout. So.
What was the hottest bait? Because you know Tophiel very few use live bait.
Tophiel never uses live bait, which I love because I am not a live bait, and I'm nothing against you popping cork guys out there. I just don't like fishing with a cork. I never have. I love to work a bait. I love to fish for my fish, and sometimes my stringer's a lot lighter than most people, but if I can catch 4 or 5 on a topwater bait.
You ever respond like to eat fish?
I know.
You know, I'll throw fish back with eggs and bass. I know how to be conservative, but I'm going to tell you what. Gary responded like to see them come over the rail. Yeah. They're live bait.
Cool thing about the Tophiel trip now, you know, he upgraded his plane this year too, so he can take 6 of us instead of 4 of us now. So
well, he's been promising me now ever since he had the first plane. But
look, the next time we go out there, I'm going to tell him. Gary and I are coming dual TV shows. We're going to go TV show against TV show. I get Robin, though. You can get Chris. I get Chris and Robin.
Okay.
I don't know who you and Don find somebody.
I'll shoot camera like I usually do. That gets
well, there you go.
But
so I know
let's go back to talking about those
I don't
fish.
even have to fish.
Let me go back to fish. Right now, you know, when Dudley Vanderboy sells baits, when he tell you they biting on live bait, he's going to have the biggest croaker, the biggest shrimp, and they're doing it. Right now, the top story is coming from right now, if you saw it. On the trussels, twin spans, live bait, been thing, drop shot, or Carolina rig. By the way, I seen Hill Wagner on the water that bad day, but he always found some fish. So he went back and he found some fish. That was on a Tuesday. The one spot they were fishing went good, but Hill knows that place. And by the way, he's back. Yeah, he's back.
Well, you get those guys like Dudley, Eric Dumas, Chaz. All those guys, they fish that bridge every day that they can.
Okay, I'm gonna put the camera down. Hal got the camera, and I'm gonna try to catch a fish on a drop shot. Fish coming up. Stay on. Stay on. They're getting bigger too. Yeah, that's what I figured. Let's focus. That's okay. They're big enough for a filet responder to keep them.
That's a nice one, Gary.
There you go. Look at that. Oh, that's a keeper. He's gonna make it. He's gonna make it. He's 13 inches.
Yeah.
Get your glove. Any kind of these gloves, especially the new mitt, they lifesavers, hand savers. They're always a little different. I'm getting reports from Delacroix. Our normal guys there, Ron Amy and Cesar Garcia, they sent me the report. Weeks Bay. That's something over there around Vermilion.
It's been a while since I fished there.
Gene, his nickname is Boudreaux LaSalle. Send me the limits of red and some big reds. Send me some pictures.
If you go there, go look for Vermilion honey in the local shops. You talk about good.
Look, and there's some bigger fish down there.
Big fish down there.
I mean, you did a show years ago. I remember they were hunting for big fish. They were all in the 4 pound
All in the 4 pound range.
Look, the Green Canyon, we showed you that 835 pound. I got a little bit more information on there. It was in the paper. I'm a little Johnny-come-lately, a Lafayette 8th grader. His name was Caleb Richardson. His dad is Keith Richardson. They were in the Houdat boat.
And we're talking bluefin tuna, not yellowfin.
I know.
And that's rarity in the Gulf. They do come into the Gulf to fatten up.
Delta Empire area again, Captain Jody Dunwire still going out there. Been getting some rough weather. I don't know where he is. He sent me the pictures. but he's going back and inside, and live shrimp is his big deal. Pontchartrain, well, you saw where I made the trip with Hal and Ken Lambert. They went back after I left for 3 straight days. They would go out and catch a few fish, you know, and then they'll go back and finish their limit maybe in the evening. But they catching enough to bring some fish home, and make some fillets, and do the same thing, live shrimp, drop shot. A guy from Arkansas made the trip with Captain Johnny Patterson over there at the Cocodrie Charters. Redfish, speckled trout. He talked about it. He's sending that. He's bragging on Louisiana. He's been on the website. Edsel Fry from Arkansas. Thank you for that report. And then again, Leeville, George Spivey. Captain George Spivey, one of the newer captains down there. Every day they're going there, they find them. They're going all back in Rackasee and they're all out of Leeville, not going on. When they can, they get out on the coast.
Weather's been the thing. I mean, weather has been horrific wind-wise the past couple of weeks, so we hope that's going to calm down. River's coming up, though. River's coming up.
Right now, you ready to go to, let's go to freshwater.
Freshwater, I can tell you right now, one of my favorite things that we do every year is go to Gros Savant and go sac-a-lait fishing. David Bellinger, president of Community Coffee, and I went week before last. And
you spent a lot of time.
I drink a lot of coffee, so David has to keep me filled.
Community Coffee, that's one of the good sponsors for themselves.
They've been with me since day one. They've supported us. We wouldn't have this show if it wouldn't have been for Community Coffee. And can't say enough about them, but you know, best coffee in the world. I've been drinking it for 40 years, and it just keeps getting better and better with the things that they're coming out with. Really and truly, David is a marksman when it comes to sac-a-lait. You usually don't use those two words together, but David knows how to fish those freshwater. That guy's, you know, he's from Houma. He lived in Chalmette, which is where Robin's from, so they do that Chalmation Nation thing when they're together. But he is an absolute sac-a-lait killer. And right now, the sac-a-lait at Gros Savant, they bite year-round. They're in that lake. They're not just during a spawn. They bite year-round. And if you want a great sac-a-lait trip, call Doug Miller.
That was almost a mistake. It went intentionally when they did it.
It was not. They discovered them. They didn't put them into the lake. It was brought in by birds. But man, when you know sac-a-lait, get in there.
All over there down in the Southwest right now, people catching sac-a-lait.
Bass is good too. So bassing is good. Always good at Gros Savant.
I had a promise from somebody that's supposed to go there do a bass trip. But let me tell you what. The catfish right now are going crazy. Off the bank, everywhere you're going, down in Lacombe, people getting off the piers and bridges using regular night crawlers.
Regular night crawlers.
Kenny Waldron sent me a picture of the Outdoor Express right now. He's fishing Black Lake. He didn't tell me which one, how many Black Lakes they got, but he was fishing a Delta lure. He caught another big fish. Toledo Pen, Captain Ed Terry, back giving me reports of sac-a-lait. The wind's been atrocious, but when he get out, he's fishing 20 to 30 feet of water. He's using Bobby Garland bluegrass or monkey milk. That must be a brown little colored bait, look like a minnow. So I've never fished it, but I know where the bluegrass, I know where the Bobby Garland is. So he's
Toledo
doing
Bend's got some unbelievable sac-a-lait fishing
Scott,
too. I know I'm stuck on sac-a-lait. I love sac-a-lait fishing. But they've had awesome sac-a-lait fishing at Toledo Bend right now too.
That's what he is. He's a god. He's sac-a-lait. He's one of the best around there. Lorto Lake, by another way, sac-a-lait and blue brim. Jesse and his wife, Debbie Easley, sac-a-lait. Thanks to Wayne Amato sent me that report. Freshwater. I can't tell you enough right now. Barrett and all those places that are hot. After this rain, the water gets down. Ain't nothing better than wading those Smalls River.
And we've been lucky. We're getting a little bit of cool front action coming through late. When you get a cool front, it drops it down to 48 in May, and we're going to have 2 this week. So it'll be comfortable fishing. Bluebird Day is coming, but comfortable fishing. Better than sitting inside.
Don, I would love to have your assistant come in and tell us goodbye. You think we can get over it?
I don't know. She's typing on that computer, and she warned me before we walked in here if I pulled her in front of the TV, she was going to hurt me. And I'm kind of scared of her. She is from Chalmette.
I know. And I watched her shoot a gun, too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's the great thing about Robin.
Thank you so much for all you contributed to Paradise
Anytime
Louisiana.
you need me. And Don, I apologize for bringing the level down, but I tried.
He's good there. Don will be back next week. You're watching Paradise Louisiana, and please support our sponsors. Like Don said,
absolutely.
We can't do it
without these guys.
Also support your local your local bait shops. The big box stores and everything, you'll never walk in one there and say don't have something. These guys, your local bait shops all over the state, guess what they'll do? They'll order your bait.
That's right.
They'll order whatever you will. They'll make sure you got it.
That's right.
Can't beat the
better.
local.
Local is better.
Local
Every
is
time.
better.
Keep your business local.
Congratulations again to Central High School.
I knew that was coming.
Paradise, Louisiana is presented by Rotolo's Pizzeria. Fresh ingredients, friendly service. That's just the way we Rotolo. Demco, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative. Pro Drive Outboards. Baton Rouge Coca-Cola Bottling Company. Benny's Car Wash and Oil Change. Cracker Barrel Convenience Stores. We have more than you expect. Always fresh, never frozen, Raising Cane's. Louisiana Fish Fry Products. And by CCA Louisiana and the CCA Louisiana Star Tournament.